All right, Tony here again with iDesign Memories. Going live. We're, as I've mentioned before, I love going live because there's no editing. Just absolutely love that. I usually spend a lot more time editing than you do shooting in most cases. But today the purpose of this stream is, I mentioned earlier in an earlier video, and I've got a link to that in the description, talking about using small, inexpensive HDMI extractors to feed the HDMI into that and plug in a headphone and you can listen to it. Less than 20 bucks. So it's a good means, good alternative. Some folks commented that maybe that was not something good to add into to what you were doing. It's just another thing to plug in and have there and potentially go bad. But you know, if that's what you can afford at this point, I certainly totally understand that. But this week we're going to be looking at a couple of field monitors, one from Lilliput, one from Aputure. My goal in this was to stay under $200. I wanted a 1920 by 1080. They're actually 1920 by 1200, so that you can have area at the bottom of the screen that shows you know, what's going on with the monitor itself. The next thing is relatively bright. I think the Lilliput has 500 nits and the Aputure's 450. Very, very close. I don't normally do unboxings, but I wanted to kind of do an unboxing here just to show you what you get for the money. Aputure came in at $179 and the Lilliput was $159. But I think you'll agree when you see what comes with the Aputure, that extra 20 bucks, you get more than your money's worth. Got them from B&H. This is not an affiliated. I paid for it with my own money. A lot of people you hear say that, but just wanted to share what's going on. So we're going to cut over here to this next camera, and I don't have a monitor hooked up right now to see what's going on, so I'm just trying to have to remember how this is all working. But anyway, here's this camera going, and we're going to watch the feed coming through Restream. I'm actually streaming to YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So so far been liking the Restream. We'll see how it does on this one. All right, we're going to cut over here to hopefully camera 2. See what we get with the Lilliput. Of course, we get the monitor. Get an HDMI cord. I think they call this HDMI to HDMI-C. It's not really a micro that you can use. If you look in the user guide, it says AC charging cable. So I don't know about charging using that, but anyway, AC cord. You can run it off power. It's got 2 different adapters for batteries. I believe this is a Canon style, and then this is the Sony NFP, which, if you're like me, you've got all kinds of these laying around. A little ball head, crescent wrench, and threaded screw. Not totally sure what that's for. Have to look at the directions, I guess. Real nice small hood rubber cover to put around it to help protect it. So that's pretty cool. And then inside of that is some Velcro, and then this lens or monitor hood is on there, so you can block out some of the sun. But what we're going to do right now is quickly get this hooked up and feeding what's coming in. I'm not going to need any of this stuff right here at the moment. And I've got an Sony battery ready. So this is the Lilliput. It's got 1/4-20 top, bottom, big thing, headphone jack, 2 HDMI, so it's got HDMI in and then a pass-through. And then it's got a jog wheel here for your menu, power on button, and then you've got, looks like 3, well, that's the exit button, so you got 2 things that you can, that's for turning off the menu. You've got 2 buttons here to set for presets. So let's get this going here. Now one thing I took this out and put it together ahead of time and then took it back apart, so I knew I could do it. This thing doesn't want to really line up real well, so you got it's kind of a tight fit. So you got to make sure you get it down inside there. Now the whole thing came off. And that's you know, a bit of a problem there. Make sure I'm putting it on the right direction. But you can see there, if you're not careful, it leaves a gap, and then you only get one terminal plugged in. It took me a minute to get it on the first time, so just bear with me here. Okay, there. Nope. See, it's still not. Okay, that sounds right. There we go. All right, we got that in there. So all right, we're going to power it up, and then I'm going to plug in my output from the ATEM Mini. There we go. All right. So right now I'm looking at program feed. So there's the multi-view. And then got a set of headphones here. And we got that plugged in. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can back up a little bit with my zoom. There we go. When you're looking at it and going the other direction, you go backwards. So anyway, I'm hearing the audio right now. I've got it on the screen itself. Of course, with the ATEM Mini Pro, you can set it to where you've got audio showing, but also here in the monitor, it has a set of meters there. So you know, overall, screen looks crisp and sharp. Is a lot of plastic, but you've got that rubber overshoe kind of thing. So anyway, that's the Lilliput A7S. Got it from B&H 59. So I'm going to switch over to my pause screen here while I kind of get stuff going. You can still hear me. I've just used the still button there on the ATEM Mini. Okay, still struggling with that battery going on and off. That's not a good fit. All right, we're going to switch back over to camera 2. All right, I mean, just right off the bat, wow, look at that nice big case. It's fitted. Here's the aperture. It's plastic, but it's got kind of a rubbery feel to it, so it's not super slick. Here's the back end, HDMI. Just says one HDMI in, doesn't have a pass through, but it's also got component, you know, and then what is it? The Y video. So you know, a lot of different options of how to plug into it. Port here. On this side, this is for updating software, and then on the bottom, there's your headphone jack, and just over 20. But you can flip the screen inside. It doesn't just flip automatically. You flip it from the inside of the software. So let's just go ahead. Oh, well, let's look at the other stuff. Stickers. Instruction manual. Again, I paid $179 for the aperture. I've got some of Aputure's lights, and I absolutely love them. I mean, the big thing is they just always have nice cases. Screen cloth for keeping it clean. Nice big hood. And then quite a few different, and here's another big thing. Actually comes with a battery. That's probably not going to last a ton of time, but that's an extra 20 bucks value at least. And then battery charger. So if you've got bigger batteries, you've got the ability to charge it. Carry a battery right there. Probably what I'll do is instead of having these cords down here, I'll throw a couple extra batteries in here. There's the cord for the updates, D-tap. Actually, that's, never mind, it's for the charger. Yeah, I'm going to plug that in there. And plug your charger in. I guess if you want to go that way with it. Just plug that into the wall. There's a D-tap style cord to go in, and then another one of those A to C, I think it is, HDMI. Maybe some of y'all's cameras use those. I haven't seen anything I've ever used. And this is the A to D, so that's your micro HDMI. And then a nice articulating arm. So value-wise, just out of the gate, seems like you get a whole lot more for your money with the Aputure. So let's plug it in and give it a look. And you will see here, I remember where I set the battery at. Well, that's craziness. Can't really hit pause now. This is one of those things when you're doing your editing. There it is. If you're doing your editing, you can cut all this kind of stuff out. All right, so we're gonna slide that in. Pops into place. No problem at all. Now, one thing about this one, when you power it on, it does take it, I don't know, 10, 12 seconds while it's going through its booting process. That's not gonna have any at this moment, and I've got the screen currently turned upside down. When I hang it, I'm going to hang it upside down on my monopod. So there we have it. Switch back over here. And you can see it here. Just very nice feel to it with this one, and then you can see down here in the bottom, this is where it shows you the different things that are going on. I've got an audio bar going, and then it tells you what your these 4 buttons here. There's four ways to kick that. You hit it in the middle for menu. V, you can select between the different inputs coming from. So give me a second here, and I'm going to get this attached on my monopod so I can see what's going on. So bear with me just 1 second. What I'm doing now is going ahead and hanging this on my monopod, kind of behind my laptop. Something that I've been noticing is, now let's do this right quick. We'll reconfigure camera 2. So you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm not using the arm that came with the monitor. I've mentioned this in some previous videos, this little clamp and this articulating arm. I love these things. And what I'm going to do here, go ahead and plug this in. One of the cool things about these live streams is you get to see people work in their own element. All right, so there we have it. Now I'm showing right now that my if you can see here, I'm showing that my cache is full, which is telling me I'm probably having some difficulty streaming. It shouldn't be, because I'm using the slower stream. Let's look at our output over here. Yeah, I'm using the 3 megabyte per second streaming low, but and what my experience has shown me so far, when that happens, on occasion when it gets close to full, it literally just stops sending anything. So one of the reasons I had this big TV over here that I was using, but was constantly looking different directions and things like that, and so I was wanting the monitor to be at least in line with the main camera. So looks like we've been streaming about 16 minutes. Well, that went by pretty quick. So hopefully you got something out of this, and we're gonna sign off. Again, this is Tony with iDesign Memories, and we're gonna get over here and take a quick look at some of the lower thirds I've been working on. I'm Tony Logue with iDesign Memories, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you got questions or concerns, so what's my final thoughts? To me, the Aputure wins hands down. The extra $20. I mean, you got the battery, you get a battery charger. You know, those little single battery chargers are handy to have. You're sitting there and you've got it in your bag, and all of a sudden you got a couple of batteries and one of them's dying. You just slap it on there, plug it in the wall, and you're charging. So, you know, please, Aputure, no question. So I may think about keeping both of them, but I'm probably going to send the Lilliput back and maybe get a second one of these. I've got a small monitor that I've been using, I think a 5-inch, you know, and it's pretty small. This one, I'm sitting here looking at it right now on the screen, and it looks great. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Again, Tony with iDesign Memories. We're going to sign off here, and hope you enjoyed it.